Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. It is Thursday, December 4th, 2025, the release date of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. That sounds really good to say. After waiting years for a new entry in the Metroid Prime series, after waiting quite some years from when Nintendo first announced that it was in development for the Nintendo Switch, waiting years from when it was announced that it was rebooted, waiting a year and a half from when we finally got to see the first footage of the title, waiting throughout this 40-day countdown series. We made it. I am hyped. I see a lot of people out there already playing it and having a really good time, which is what I expected, that the reviews will be what they are. It may satisfy some type of people, and for others it might not be their thing, but that the game will no doubt reek of quality, and that if it's your type of experience, you're going to enjoy it, more likely than not. I hope you're all doing well. I hope some of you are already playing it or are going to be picking it up soon. Let me get my pop-up chat open so I could see who's here and start reading your comments. We're also going to go over the Famitsu sales today from Japan. Look at the hardware and software sales for all systems and games and see how well did everything do for the last week ending November 30th. And here we go. We've got iByzantium in here. Happy PGN Live. Batman Shady saying hi. Hi there. Carlton-san. Hey Paul. Hey chat. I am picking up Silex and my physical copy for Switch 2 after work from Best Buy. So pumped. This weekend will be awesome. Heck yeah. That's good to hear. I actually don't have the game yet. My GameStop opens up at 11 o'clock, which is in 1 hour and 12 minutes. So we'll be streaming for about an hour, and then I'm going to go drive over there, pick up the game, come home, and give myself a much needed sit-down, uninterrupted play session. I can't wait. I've tried to avoid spoilers and seeing too many areas. Some we saw by default in advance because Nintendo just had it in their trailers, So, there's like some fire lava areas, there's some green areas, there's some ice areas, there's a, tan desert, beige desert, etc. And, a little bit of scrolling on X and YouTube, you can see some people who've already been playing it kind of post an image or a quick little video, but nothing dramatic, nothing truly spoiled or anything, So I appreciate that, because when I go into the game, I'm going to go in mostly completely fresh and not knowing what to expect next, what's behind this door, what's the next power up, where to go, etc. And that's what I want. I want a fresh, unknown experience. Lily Young 1002 says, hi peeps. Hi Lily. Hmon661, sup everybody. What's up Hmon? Morgan Stern 7, picked up Metroid Prime 4 and Octopath Traveler 0. Life is good. Yes, it is. Marvel Cosmic Invasion also comes out today. I should get Marvel Cosmic Invasion too. Probably should get Octopath Traveler 0 also, because I know that's going to be a high quality RPG. I mean, Square Enix has really delivered over the years and, in more recent years with this series. Lily Young 1002, member for 2 months. Heck yeah. Thank you, Lily, for showing off that nice green badge. It looks great. Janie Harris, what's up, Paul? It's Matthew. Hi, Matthew. How you doing? Good to see you here. Pokemon Fan 34 says, hi, Paul. Hi, Pokemon Fan 34. How are you doing? If you're wondering, yes, she's already here. Peach is cuddled up on a blanket on my lap. She insisted. I didn't have to pick her up. She was on the floor, and she just jumped up. She was like, I want to be on you. So I've got warm little dog on my lap. Well, how are you all doing today? I know we've got 13 people watching at the moment. Does anybody here in the chat already have the game? My cats cuddled with me last night. That's cool, Lily Young. How many cats do you have? I have one cat, one dog. That's good right there. Did anybody see any shorts today? The Great Wah is here. I just joined in the stream. Hey everyone. Hey the Great Wah. You came in at an early good time. We're just talking a little bit about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the hype, how long we have waited for this moment, and that we're finally here. And now I'm curious, does anybody have the game yet? Well, yeah, it's kind of funny. Despite counting down the game for 40 days, despite putting up a launch video of today is the day, I don't have it yet myself, which is like, I could have probably gotten it. I mean, no, not probably. I could have gotten it digitally last night and probably been playing since 9 p.m. or midnight at the worst case scenario. But, you know, I pre-ordered in advance the physical copy. And my GameStop opens up in 1 hour and 7 minutes. So, it's okay. I could wait a little bit. Plus, this gives me a good opportunity to talk to y'all and see either what you think of it or what are you excited for about it, that kind of stuff. So that's all good. I'm going to pick up the game later today. That's cool. Eastern Nebraska equals wind chill below 0. Glad I took public transportation to school today. Normally just walk. Below 0. Dang, now that is cold. See, Los Angeles gets cold, but there are definitely different layers to cold. I mean, I think the lowest that the pool will get in the cold days of late fall, early winter is like maybe 39. Maybe we've got outside air tipping into the 40s or something like that. But then you're talking about this -7 stuff. That sounds really cold. You have 2 cats, one 8-year-old, one kitten born in May. Oh, that kitten, that's a little guy or girl. Yeah, that's cute. That's fun. Sorry if I can't stay long. I'm taking care of some things right now. That's okay. Stay as long as you'd like. You don't have the game yet either. You're here while you have the time. Nice. I'll be pre-ordering Tomodachi Life when it comes out. Yeah, that should be... Yeah, don't forget, the base Nintendo Switch has games going through 2026. We've got a new Rhythm Heaven, Tomodachi Life, Deca Police, unless if they scrapped the Nintendo Switch version and are only making one for NS2 and other systems, but presumably that. And Professor Layton. So there's at least 4 off the top that I could think of new games of presumably high quality coming to Nintendo Switch And this will be like at the 9-year mark of the console, which is pretty awesome. Tabby says, I'm hyped to stream and share with y'all. That's cool. So you'll be streaming Metroid Prime 4 Beyond? Ah, cool, cool. I was in Ontario in 2007. Santa Ana Valley had snow that year. Gorgeous scenery, yeah. I got Princess Peach Showtime digital at $30 via Target. That's cool. I like Princess Peach Showtime. I thought it was a fun game. You know, it's not as big and grand or polished, I would say, as Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Super Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion 3. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good game. It's still a good game. It's still a fun title, you know? And for $30, it's definitely a good deal, and I would say well worth it. Yeah, I had quite a bit of fun with that one. I have 2 dogs, 4 and 6. Cool. You're not playing Metroid right now. Why? Viking Lord Sean. That's because I have to wait 1 hour and 4 more minutes until my GameStop opens. So I'm streaming for a bit in the meantime. Talk with y'all. Share the video game news, if there is any news today. I mean, we have a little bit of updates here and there, like the Metacritic score, for instance. I don't know if that classifies as news, but the game has continued to get more reviews, and now it's got 77 reviews from critics, and it's holding on to an 81. I know that's not the same number that we were expecting. We were probably, most of us, expecting in the 90s, because that's what the Metroid Prime series has been known for. Most Metroid games are, 90 plus titles, right? But modern reviewer could be different. So to each their own. I think many of us who play, if this is our type of jam, are going to find this game far more favorable, and will see it as a 90 plus title. But we'll see. I have yet to pick it up. Hogwarts Legacy plays pretty well on Switch too. Yeah, I was actually really impressed, The Great Wall, with that game. We bought it originally on the Nintendo Switch, and then when this Nintendo Switch 2 patch came out, I took that save file, I went to those locations on the Nintendo Switch, and then played it on NS2, and I remember screen grabbing it. I'm like, wow, looking at the screen grab shots back to back from, this area inside Hogwarts that has the plants and the botanical garden kind of thing, and just back and forth, like, what a difference in polygons and shadows and lighting and textures they put into that Nintendo Switch 2 build. And the same thing for the outside locations, by the river, creek, and the mountains. Really cool. Christian NWO, Metroid Prime 4 is out today? Yes, it is. Viking Lord Sean, you're waiting for yours to arrive too. To your house from Walmart. Cool. Hi, Paul in chat. Hey, Steak 1024. Welcome, welcome. Jeannie Love. Hi, good morning. Lily Young says, I thought you said Best Buy. So, I pre-ordered the game from Best Buy back in 2017, I think, when Nintendo showed it off at E3, and then Best Buy had their SKUs go up, because at the time Best Buy had the Best Buy Gamers Club, which was a really good deal. So I have this old pre-order for the game at Best Buy, but that was infancy days of Nintendo Switch, right? So it's for the Nintendo Switch version, but obviously now I pre-ordered the game from GameStop for Nintendo Switch 2. So that's the one I'm going to pick up, and I'll probably cancel and get my credit card refunded for the Best Buy one, because I won't need multiple copies. It's 50-something degrees where I live. I live in Houston, Texas. Cool. I played until the forest and finding Miles. I can't wait to play more after work. That's awesome. I was guessing 91. Yeah. I didn't see why this game wouldn't be a 96. but I'm going off of my thoughts on how much I'm going to like it because I really like Metroid games. I don't think out of Metroid 2 Samus Returns, Metroid 2 Return of Samus, Fusion, Zero Mission, Super Metroid, or Dread. I don't think any of those seven, in my mind, is less than a 9, right? So you're looking at 9 to 10s in the 2D Metroid series. And for Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, also in that 9.5 ish to 10 kind of area. And then you have Metroid Other M, which, in my mind, back in the day, though flawed, was a better experience than not. So I think at the time somebody asked me, because I didn't make an official review for the game, but I was like, 8. You know? Really good. Not up to par, but an 8. Low great? Great might be like 8.5. 8, 7.5. Good, really good. Something like that. Yeah. No lower than a 7 for Metroid Other M, in my opinion. At the end of the day, good but flawed. Yeah. Good enough. Something different. Could it be a 6.5 being slightly less than good? Maybe, but elements of the game are less than a 7. But so much fun also helped make it overall a good experience. So, yeah. Anyways, my point is, you look at vast majority of the Metroid games, save for Other M, and they're all these like 9 to 10 experiences. So I'm anticipating myself liking Metroid Prime 4 Beyond quite a bit. But we'll see. Maybe it really will be like a 8, 8.5 in my mind. But I'm leaning towards my review and my impressions on the game are going to be different than the Metacritic score. But we shall see. We have Octopath Traveler 0. The scores are so subjective anyway, plus 3 out of 5 being a 60 isn't fair. Yeah, that's not a great indicator. If it's as good as Prime 3, I'll be happy. Yeah. I loved Metroid Prime 1. I got halfway through the second game. I had to stop because my C-stick was broke and I couldn't get through a certain door to continue. That stinks. What's up, Crazy Scott? T-minus 1 hour until I leave work to go pick up Metroid Prime 4. Heck yeah. I was replaying Metroid Fusion on NSO recently. I love that game. Yeah, it's really good. NSO is so good. I have my dogs on me too, Paul. That's fun. Quick question. Whenever your beard grows back, have you decided to do something different with it or have it the way you had it before? Good question. I mean, first it's got to grow in. Like right now, it's been a few days since I've shaved and it's already getting, a little stubble coming out. I don't know if I'm going to shave it again today and just, keep the maintained fresh look that I'm mostly used to. Or did I just trigger a, you know what? We're on a new journey. Let's go. But once it does get to beard level, if I let it get there, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, do I change up the design a bit? Like, way back in the day, I grew out a beard, but not nearly as long as I did this time. But then I ended up shaving the mustache, and I shaved under the lip, and I had, like that. Not quite like Abraham Lincoln, but, you could make that comparison and be like, Abe Lincoln, kind of beard. I did have fun this time around making some Wolverine photos because before I shaved it all off, I shaved just this and then I shaved this. And yeah, right away, you could say that's a very distinct looking beard. That makes you look like Wolverine. A couple of years ago when I had a beard grow out for like 6 weeks or something like that. It wasn't, once again, not nearly as long as this one, like 6, 7 weeks. Before I shaved it all off, I had fun. I was like, okay, let me see what the Hulk Hogan handlebar mustache look will be. Just the mustache, and then just eventually shaving it. Yeah. Could be fun to grow out a beard and then, like, for a day, probably for a day, dye it like blue here, red here, like Joy-Cons or something like that. I don't know, that'd be kind of funny, silly. I did do Kratos before I shaved. Yeah, I just wanted to do something one last day. So the day I shaved it, I went, God of War Kratos, Hugh Jackman style, old man Logan, and then, Logan comic book Wolverine. I got Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3, and Trilogy, though I couldn't play through 3 a second time. Didn't like the look of Other M. Viking Lord Sean bought a new 4K TV for this experience too. Just got here. Dude, that's cool. Oh, I don't know if this is your first 4K TV and that you had like a 1080p before, or this is just a new and a better 4K TV, but if it's your first 4K TV, this is the perfect time for you to have gotten one, because like you're going to experience a game with beautiful art direction on a big jump up from what you were experiencing before anyways. So yeah, you're gonna have a great time. They love my bed and cuddling up. First 4K TV, awesome. If you grow a light beard, please dye it neon light blue. Yeah, that'd be fun. Cool. Alrighty. Away from keyboard, but listening. All right. I think it would be good to, there are quite a few of you here, and one of the subject titles is going over the Famitsu sales. That's what we do every Thursday, so this might be a good opportunity, a good time, I should say, to go over them. And then we could look at some of the YouTube shorts if you want also, but let's take care of that Famitsu sales first. These are the top 10 best-selling games in Japan, physical only, for the week of November 24th through November 30th. Mario Kart World number 1 at 49,000. Kirby Air Riders number 2, 46,000. Pokemon Legends ZA for Nintendo Switch in third at 35,000. Momotaro Dentetsu 2 for Nintendo Switch in fourth at 22,000. Pokemon Legends ZA Nintendo Switch 2 edition at fifth place with 20,000. So that's a good 55,000 people that bought Pokemon Legends ZA for the week. If you combine those two together, it actually tops Mario Kart World. Momotaro Dentetsu 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2, 15,000. Once again, if you combine both, you're looking at like 38,000, so that's pretty good. Hyrule Warriors hanging on there. Age of Imprisonment in 7th at 9,600. Minecraft, quite the evergreen, in 8th place at 7,300. Then you've got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake in 9th with 7,200. And Animal Crossing, which had a nice 48% sales spike over the previous week. Animal Crossing New Horizons moving 7,245 copies. Quite a bit. 5 Nintendo Switch 2 games, 5 Nintendo Switch games on the list. Holy smokes! Look at all this green from Steak 1024. Wow. That's epic. Dude, thank you so much, Steak 1024, for the 20 big gift and memberships. Jeez. That came out of nowhere. Dude, thank you very much. That's awesome of you. I really appreciate it, Steak. Get your name up here. This has been the theme of December so far, is this red-green combo, trying to make it look a little bit different, have a little bit of fun. Man, I really appreciate that, Steak. Thank you so much. I am grateful for this contribution. Awesome of you. Let's see. Who were the recipients? It looks like some people that are here now got it, so that's pretty cool. We've got Morgan Stern 7, Clusus, got STR, Joshua 1, Matthew got Game, Michael Wellbaum, We Kieran, EMNF Thrub, I don't know, I think I said that right, Durand Clark, Mrs. Paul Gale Network, that's good, Mobile Stats 1, Supus, Sweet Tea, that's me, Wiki 12, Louvier Maurice, Max Wallafeld, Cruiser 05, Nintendo Talk, Johnny 3123, Spencer Stott 5186. Yeah. Wow. Dang. I always like it when somebody who is here now was the recipient because that's cool. But it is nice when some new people get it that aren't here because they might be new and come join us for the first time. But regardless, thank you one more time, Steak 1024, for getting us started today and having a nice imprint on our second stream of December. Pokemon Fan 34 and Roger Enyart a couple of days ago also helped boost the memberships for December. So December's off to a good start. Where was I? I gotta rewind a little bit. Yeah, that took me for a loop. That's awesome. Thank you. Have you talked about your most anticipated game for next year? Based off of what we know, I was gonna say like Grand Theft Auto 6 because I know that's going to be a game that gives me a lot of gameplay, and if it's at least as good, which I expect it will be, as Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm going to be in for a treat because GTA 5 is one of the early games that when my wife and I got married, we played constantly. We went through the whole experience just, switching roles, playing, her with the controller, me with the controller, but enjoying that whole story from start to finish together. Like, that was every session. And I'm looking forward to doing that again because the story is so entertaining, the music is fun, the gameplay is engaging, like, it's neat, it's crazy, it's wild, it's silly, it's awesome. So GTA 6 is one of them. But then as I was thinking about GTA 6, I realized, oh wait, Wolverine comes out next year. I'm a big superhero fan. Marvel, DC, all of it. And I really like Insomniac Games' effort that they put into titles, Ratchet and Clank as well as Spider-Man. And they did such a good job with the Spider-Man license, with Miles Morales, with Spidey 2, that Wolverine's definitely one of my most anticipated. So those two so far. Resident Evil 9 Requiem is up there. I don't know if the new Okami and Onimusha are coming out in 2026, but I think they are. So if they are up there as well. If I knew that a new 3D Mario would be coming out next year, and I saw it ahead of time and saw that it was this new grand title that's like Super Mario Odyssey meets Donkey Kong Bonanza in terms of quality and level of size, detail, impact, Mario might take the cake. Likewise, if I knew there was a brand new Zelda game, that would probably take the top spot. Or an Ocarina of Time remake, or a Twilight Princess powerful remastered version. A brand new epic Star Fox game. But those are all hypotheticals. We don't know. I am really looking forward to the new Yoshi title. have to see more of it, but I think that Yoshi game is going to be quite fun. Yeah. So probably right now, Wolverine or GTA 6. But that could change. We just have to know more. Oh, Fire Emblem. The new Fire Emblem. Based off of that one trailer, looks really promising. Once again, if it's at least as good as Three Houses, oh, that's a contender for me. Sorry, I gotta go. Matthew Harris signing off. Have fun playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day if you're still here to hear this. Let me see. Try to catch up. Omer Star Gamer YT flashing that member badge for 3 months. That green looks good. Thank you so much, Omer Star Gamer YT. Make that chat green again. That's right. Mrs. Network got a sub. Yep. Lily Ibizantium dropping those emojis. Looks good. Roger and I did it Tuesday. Yeah, Pokemon fan. Paladin 8669. Good morning. Good morning. Insomniac Wolverine. That's yours. Yeah. Tomodachi Life and Pokopia. Cool. Yep, that's right. Pokopia, that's NS2 only. Yeah. Yoshi Story. Of course, I'm looking forward to Pokopia. Of course. I have to go, unfortunately. I'll see you later. See you later, Lily Young. Thank you for being here. Crazy Scott saying, I'm excited for Wolverine and any Zelda we get next year. I don't think we will not get something Zelda related for the game's 40th anniversary, for the franchise's 40th anniversary. Anywhere from February 2026 through August 2027 is fair game, in my opinion, to celebrate 40 years of Zelda, because you would be starting off with the anniversary of Zelda in Japan in February, and since the game first hit United States in August, 1 year later would still be in the anniversary year, and that would take us through August 2027. We're getting the movie in 2027, right? So that's part of the 40th anniversary celebration. But next year, gosh, I could see November having something considerable Zelda related. That's either an Ocarina of Time remake or something in November as a big holiday title, or Twilight Princess heavy remaster of the HD version. Just imagine it looking like that Wii U E3 2011 tech demo, and then cranked up a bit, because that would build up the hype even more for the Zelda movie that would come out in 6 months, right? Unless if you have something on the smaller end, gaming-wise, Zelda for 2026, but then after the movie drops in 27, that November, you have an epic Zelda game of some sort. So it brings in more people from the movie side of things who just became a fan of the franchise due to it, right? But something will come next year. Maybe they'll announce a new concert series like they've done in the past for the 25th anniversary, for instance. Maybe there'll be a Pro Controller, pair of Joy-Cons. We do already know that we're getting that Ganondorf versus Link and Zelda, like Ocarina of Time diorama Lego set, which is going to be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing, Nintendo doing what they did with Mario with Zelda, as in reach out and have some kind of Puma, Nike, Havaianas, Vans collaboration with some unique Zelda shoe, right? Sandal, something. Crocs. Reach out with Levi and make some cool denim jacket. A nice blue denim jacket with a big embroidered Triforce or Hylian crest on the back. with a Master Sword here on the side. A couple of patches, possibly. That would be pretty neat. Or you go kind of bold and you make it like a green denim jacket and white or green or tan kind of denim jeans, so you can be Link but look stylish or something. Or team up with Oppo suits to have a Zelda suit comparable to the Mario one that has Mario characters all over it. Like, that would be neat too. Yeah, I always want video game companies, Nintendo in particular, because they do hold my favorite IPs, to expand beyond gaming, because I'm more than a gamer. That's like my biggest thing is, video games and martial arts, video games, exercise. But I do see movies. I like to read some comic books or some graphic novels. I like wearing clothes that reflect the things that I like from video games. I enjoy watching TV shows, movies, anime. So the more of my favorite IP out there, the better, Get to enjoy it more frequently. And then it helps get more people in, and then you have more points of topic relevant to discuss and bigger fandom, and then that inspires the developers to make bigger, better quality versions of that stuff, Crazy Scott is excited for Wolverine and any Zelda we get next year. I think I read that one last, maybe. Zepikin, my copy of Metroid got delivered just now. Reviewers won't kill my hype. Yeah, you have a great time with it. I'm sure you're going to love it. Monster Hunter Stories 3 is currently the game I'm most looking forward to next year. Yeah, that's going to be a big one too. Very true. If you like Avatar The Last Airbender, then like the game called The Godslayer, Paul. I'm going to have to check that out. Will the Godslayer coming to Switch 2 port? Will it? I don't know. Maybe. Z-Teeter, happy Metroid Prime 4 Day. Happy Metroid Prime 4 Day. Legend of Zelda 40th Anniversary. Chrono Trigger 2 next year. We'll get Chrono Trigger remake. You're saying we will, or will we? If you're saying we will, that'd be cool. If you're asking will we, I don't know, but a Chrono Trigger remake would be pretty sweet. They could go big and elaborate like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Also quite considerable like Resident Evil 2 Remake. Or maintain the art style and the vibe, but have it kind of like Octopath Traveler, but cranked up to the next level of HD 2D. We'll see. Hey, Egomaniac87, how's it going? Steam Deck device, Steam phone, maybe. J-Biggs, Mr. NY for Life. What's up, everyone in the Galeverse? What's up, J-Biggs, Mr. NY for Life? It's good to see you here. Shut-in Order Physical Edition, FIFA. Pokemon Fan 34 saying hi, Peach. She says hi right back, even though she's sleeping. She's mentally sending it. Square teased a remake for Chrono Trigger the other day. That's good. I just did a Chrono Trigger gaming history video several days ago for the Nintendo DS version. Morgenstern 7 saying thank you for the gifted sub. Well, you are welcome, but that was Steak 1024 who gifted that, so you're welcome on Steak's behalf. But yeah, that was a very nice, generous offer, or donation, I should say. Speaking of donation, we've got Roger Enyar in here now. Metroid Prime Hype. You got that right, Roger. Roger, let's see. Have you now played the game? Or 35 more minutes for you? Welcome, Roger. Thank you so much for that awesome 2. $6. Get that here. Put your name in red and green. Looking good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you, Roger Enyart, for that $2 super chat. Okay. Hey, we've got 27 people watching now. That's good, especially on the release date of a brand new game. To have this many people watching when they could be playing, that's cool. But not everybody's going to get the game right away, or might not get the game at all, because though they're excited for everyone else's excitement, just the title's not for them. So this is a different way how to have fun in the morning. Paul, are you going to get Montezuma's Revenge 40th Anniversary Edition next week? Let me see, Steak. I don't think I was aware that that was coming out next week. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Let's check it out. I probably won't pick it up, but it does look pretty neat. Music. I don't think I have any more games that I plan on picking up the rest of this year. Maybe Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. Anything else, it would have to be something that spur of the moment, really big sale, price drop, or something, yeah, just too good to pass up on. Because Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is going to keep me busy. I have to travel back to Ghost of Yotei. Yeah. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, I gotta beat that too. So I'm probably good. Are you going to get Montezuma's Revenge? Steak? Hey Paul, hope you are well today and enjoying Metroid Prime 4. Thank you, Dragonfly Knights. I don't have the game yet, but I will be picking it up in 31 minutes. Roger Enyart, I just got home with my copy of the game and my Silex amiibo. Awesome. Yeah, I thought so, because it's now like 12:30 almost for you. Dude, that's so cool. Oh man, Roger, have fun with it. We made it. We made it. This 40-day countdown series, October 25th, 40 days until the release of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And then we just continued, and we didn't stop. We made it. I'm not gonna go through all of these videos, but just the first one or two. October 26th, 39 days until the release of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Dang. October 25th. What a journey it's been. This was a fun series. So many Easter eggs, so many little things scattered throughout. All the way to yesterday's one day left and today's today is the date. I played almost 2 hours of Metroid Prime 4 last night. Too bad I had to cut it short to go to sleep. Stupid sleep. Yeah. Who's going back to playing Pokemon ZA and the DLC next week? Yeah. Pokemon Fan 34 is. Will Game Award reveal a new Sonic game? Maybe. I could see Sonic popping up. I bought Felix the Cat on PlayStation 5 last night because it was half price there and full price on Switch. Yeah, that does make a difference. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. How much was it? Like 30? 30 versus 60? That's a considerable difference. What's up to KG? I will be getting digital for Pokopia, I think. Half digital, half physical anyways. So many anniversaries coming out next year. Yeah. Nicola Spindley. I've enjoyed every minute so far. That's all I'm going to say. Heck yeah. Lewis Y6 says hi. Sorry. So sorry of prepared for that world. I don't know if I got that right. Paladin. Speaking of Zelda, I wonder if we get a teaser for the next new 3D title in summer 2026. Personally, I hope it's like Echoes of Wisdom, and that mixes both Breath of the Wild openness and traditional Zelda. That'd be cool. I mean, Zelda is so vast and varied that there's plenty of different types of good elements within a Zelda game that, like you said, they could be open world, they could be dungeon structured, they could be 2D or 3D. I mean, heck, they could be side scrolling if they wanted to really change things up and, you know, tap in a little bit back to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. They could be multiplayer. They could be spin-off and be hack and slash. I always thought that a Zelda RPG co-developed by Nintendo and Squaresoft, or Nintendo and Square Enix, would be really cool. Yeah. Maybe one day. Well, you know, Nintendo actually, I mean, Monolith Soft, you wouldn't have to necessarily get Square on board. You've got Monolith Soft for that nowadays. But yeah, that'd be cool. A Zelda RPG would be neat. Can you explain some of the things we missed? Show maybe one. I could, you know what? I will copy this entire playlist. So, if you are interested in watching the Metroid playlist, there it is. But there were secrets hidden throughout. Like, I purposely wore 5 different shirts for 8 days at a time during the Metroid countdown. I switched out a new shirt every 8-day mark. Each 8-day segment represented a different batch. The first 3 batches were all first-person shots of Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. They all used Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 music, too. Batches 4 and 5 were third-person perspective shots, not in first. And they used music from all different Metroid games in the series. Third person, both to pay tribute to the past where Metroid Prime was built on, and third person because Metroid Prime does have its third person segments. There were also some other little things in there that I'll let more people explore. Just beat Metroid Prime 4, was really pumped up and pleased with it. Honestly, hope they make Metroid Prime 5 just as good. Awesome. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, an excellent use of money. Excellent. I agree. That's awesome. I hear Peach snoring. Yeah. Roger Enyart says they released 18 tracks for Metroid Prime 4 on the Nintendo Music app as well. Yes, I haven't listened to them all yet, but that is super cool. I want to hear them for the first time when I play the game, you know? But yeah, I can't wait. Rahul Saturn. Metroid is all about the derelict planet and lone spooky music. We're finally here. Got 18 days to wait till I get to play it. Hope everyone is enjoying it. Yeah, the KG. I know you're sticking to that 23rd, right? You and your friend? Got a Metro Prime 4 controller. That would be cool. Roger, you got Felix for $15. Okay, yeah, 15 is good. I didn't think the game was a $60 title, but 15 versus 30. 15, that's like a nice buy. Sons and Daughters 7. Hey sir, do you recommend getting the Switch 1 or Switch 2 version of Metroid Prime 4 physical? I have a Switch 2, but I hate the ugly box art for the Switch 2 version. You know what? I'm going to say Nintendo Switch 2 version, and here's a hack. It's not that hard. Here's a game case. Check it out. Take this out. Print out the game case that you want. Heck, I bet you that someone out there online has made a custom one and put that in. And the one that you don't like that has the banner or whatever on it, you don't have to throw it away, but you could like flatten it out and put it in the back of your entertainment center or something like that, and you'd be okay. That's my advice. Get the red cartridge Nintendo Switch 2 version that you could still play on your Nintendo Switch, but in that way, yeah, print out your own sleeve, slip it in there, and you're fine. Then again, you know, how do you keep your games? Do you keep them facing you like this or on their spines, in which you wouldn't necessarily see that extra bit of Nintendo Switch 2 edition and stuff? You know, that's my advice though. Zelda RPG would be awesome, yeah. If you get the Switch 2 version, you get both. True, yeah. Let's see. Dank Meme Center X, by the way, flashing that 3-month membership, green badge. Heck yeah, looks good. Dacode Blue is not trolling, just being honest. So that's okay. I mean, if you didn't like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Kind of surprising that you beat it so quickly, though, but impressive, too. I mean, maybe it's not that long of a game. Maybe you got it early, or maybe you just blasted through this thing, playing nonstop for like the last, 15 hours for all I know, and that's all it took. I'm curious, if you did beat the whole game, did you 100% it, play like 65-ish percent? What do you give it out of 10? 10 being like perfect, absolutely incredible. 1 being absolute trash, doesn't work, doesn't function at all. 5 being totally mediocre, neither good nor bad, just average quality. 3 being quite poor. 7 being good. Based off of that scale, what do you give it? I wanted to go back when you said there were secrets, legend. Heck yeah, thanks, Nicola Spindley. Hope you have some more. Allowed to have my own opinion? Yeah, of course. Roger, I'm teasing. You're welcome to have your own opinion. Yes, yes. Finally, at more DJ D. Hold on. I want to try to get this because you say hi, Paul. Finally, at more DJO 2697. Hi, Paul. Well, hi there. Sorry, username took me a little bit to get there. Can't see you without the beard. Yeah, Dank Meme Center X. It's true. It became a part of me for quite a while. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Excellent use of money. Heck yeah, dude. Absolutely. Do we know what colors the viola changes with the amiibo? I don't know. No, I know it does, and I know that some of the amiibo unlock different music tracks, like in the desert and stuff. So I'm stoked. I have those two right there. I'm picking up Silex right now. I'm excited. Oh, I thought you were all having a serious discussion, but it's more just Nintendo fans. Oh yeah, no. Let me see. Daco Blue. Yeah, I don't think most people in here right now in the chat have played the game. They are either picking it up later today or are buying it but holding off until a later date in December to play it when their friend gets it and run through the adventure together. So, to be fair, probably most of the 33 watching now haven't beaten the game 100%, nor have they necessarily even played it yet because the day is still young. But the several people that were in here that have played it have all expressed that they've loved it for the first couple of hours. I had the chance to play it back in April at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in Los Angeles, and more recently at a GameStop and Best Buy. My experience so far has been very positive, but I have not picked up the game yet either. I'm getting it in 18 minutes actually, driving to my GameStop. Since I'm a big fan of Metroid, and since I have faith in Retro Studios, known for their quality work, I'm sure the game is going to be of a very high quality and that I'm going to really like it. But I won't be able to give my accurate and fair review until I actually sit down at home and play it. I'm predisposed to believing that I'm going to enjoy it because Retro Studios has never disappointed me before, right? So that's fair. But you have played it, apparently, and beat the whole game, so if you didn't think it was like a masterpiece, that's your opinion. To the people that don't like MP4, is it because the 8-year wait made you expect something more than a traditional Metro Prime game? I think the game was incredible and felt like Prime game. That's awesome. Uh, Trust me, a person was just sharing how Amazon gave them wrong Switch 2 bundle and ended up getting Mario Kart World and Pokemon Legends ZA. The discount mishap someone mentioned they were mid. Keep your misery to yourself. True. But yeah, can't wait to get stuck in the game. Not long now, like 20 minutes. You said half hour, like maybe 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm counting down the minutes. It would be nice if they moved the information text to the back with the other informational things. True. If people don't sleep, you can't. Oh, different question. Where did you get that large Samus figure behind you? Fluffbra 3880. This one is from First Four Figures. So if you go to first4figures.com, that's first number 4 figures.com. Oh, they're an awesome video game statue company that makes really good quality statues. And yeah, they also made that Link on the King of Red Lions that you see as well. That Mario on Yoshi, that Hylian shield, the Majora's Mask down there. Yeah. I also have a Meta Ridley off to this side from them. They're really good. Try hard mode for Metroid Prime 4. J Biggs. Even though I gave up on physical collecting over a decade ago, I never understood why people get mad about the cover art when you barely see it. I mean, good point. Like, when you do stack the games, you probably have them like this to make up space, right? So you rarely do see the box art unless if you do proudly display your cases like that. But I don't imagine too many people do that. Well, I'm not far enough yet to leave a rating. It would be unfair, but enjoyed so far. Nice. Oh, hear me out. Crazy concept. Just make another case to make the Switch 2 edition pop out like the Nintendo Selects or Player's Choice. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Excellent use of money. Heck yeah, dude. Of course. Mm. J Biggs, you're glad you wasted your money on it. You only waste money on things you like. Excellent. Is it wrong? I'd rather play Doom. No, Doom is great, Frank Castle. I liked Doom back in the day, but uh, with the recent games like the Doom 2016 and beyond, dude, it revitalized the series and it keeps the magic and intensity, captures that essence from old school Doom, but really brought modern tech and new gameplay innovations to it. So Doom, Doom Eternal, and Doom Dark Ages are really good. No, it's okay that you would rather play Doom. Two very different games. I'm hyped for Metro Prime 4 Beyond. Metro Prime 4 is not a waste of money and is definitely a quality title, much better than a lot of other games that come out. True. If it doesn't reach your expectations, then that's unfortunate for sure. It's a beautiful game and the soundtrack is nice, I'll say that, but I'm happy I emulated it and saved the money. I bought Kirby Air Riders to support that IP and the new Donkey Kong, but I had a feeling about MP4. Well, good that you liked Donkey Kong Bonanza. DK Bonanza was excellent. And good that you liked Kirby Air Riders. I mean, I hope. Bro claiming he beat the game and it's bad is funny. Uh, Watch Giant Bombs and PC Mag's review. MP4 is hailed as possibly the best in the series. Awesome. I watched one review, and that was of Victor Lucas, longtime friend, longtime person in the video game industry, and he gave a very high mark of it. Lots of positive things to say, very accurate in his description, and he gave it an 8.5. Great score, very respectable. He didn't play it. He fails to provide a single criticism as to what he doesn't like. Yeah, fair point. It's wild how tone deaf people are when someone just has a different opinion. I mean, usually people like to explain why, what elements they didn't like or like, rather than just be told I liked it or didn't like it, I guess. All I know is people were complaining about losing immersion with the NPC. Now they will welcome losing that for radio in the intermission phase. Fickle gamers have no place. Hope Japan likes it. It's going to be interesting to see how well it does in Japan, you know? That's true. Typically, the Metroid series doesn't do all that well there, nor do first person perspective games in general, but we'll see. I hope it does well. What sort of MP4 videos can we expect to see from you in the future? I'm going to have to do some type of talk over coverage with the game, breaking down my thoughts. Maybe a mini review or something like that. Metroid isn't a waste of money, I don't think. I'll pick it up when there's a dry spell in games. Okay, here's a list. Open desert with nothing but far spread out dungeons and crystals breaking segments that are some of the worst filler I've ever played in the game. How was the rest of the game? Fun power-ups, fun psychic controls, cool immersion, neat bosses, neat enemies, satisfying missiles, energy beams, any special effects that stood out, any grappling effects or cutscenes that delivered more than you thought, voice acting in general, music, orchestral score, secrets. You know, there's so much to a game that makes a game that, you know, if you didn't end up liking the open desert and the bike, what about all of those other elements? Just curious because, you know, like I said, I don't have it yet. If you can't see the agenda here, I don't know what to tell you. Nintendo won't be allowed to get higher scores as long as Sony is in decline, period. Interesting take. The bike itself makes zero sense, and when first introduced, hold your hand way too much with tutorials. Well, considering that it's a new mechanic and that a lot of new people are playing, I mean, a tutorial is understandable. I'm a fan of Metroid Prime 1, but I'll be honest, not knowing exactly where to go in the backtracking was burdensome to me. At times, I admittedly did not finish the game, but one day I plan to. Yeah, I can understand that. NPCs are annoying and the ending has no emotional impact. I mean, the NPCs that I've seen so far look fun and engaging, but we'll see. Different take. I play Metroid games for many reasons. The story being a little bit of it, but mostly the gameplay and the immersion. So if the ending isn't the greatest thing ever, that's not going to make it or break it for me. But yeah, if you didn't like the ending, that's okay. Uh, Talking from them was annoying. See, I like good voice acting in a game. I like fun and humor. I don't mind that this Metroid game is different than typical Metroid games. I don't want to replay the same thing over and over in life. I want things to expand. If we didn't get expansion, we wouldn't have gotten Breath of the Wild, right? So, for me, a different route is fine as long as it's good quality. Expect low scores across the board and every bit of news surrounding Nintendo to have negative spin. You have to be mentally prepared for this and you won't resist. What about the other 99% of the game? Therefore, we can't take your reviews too seriously for a game you didn't support just because you had cold feet about it. Emulating new games have no place at the day one table for me. Main bad guy has great voice acting. Awesome. I'm pretty sure the game is awesome. What do you give it? What do you give it out of 10? I just finished Doom Eternal. I might be playing Dark Ages after I finish Prime 4. Nice. Thank you, the KG. I'm going to have a good one indeed. I'll give my update soon. It's a $60 game. You don't need to get the upgrade too. I have a big spoon to eat up all that Metroid Prime 4 delicious slop. I don't understand the hate for hand holding. Yeah, obviously the hand holding is for newer, younger gamers. Not everything is Dark Souls, true. Way too aggro on games. Chill, it's friendly until you emulate new games. Yeah, true. I mean, emulating a new game, piracy, that is not a good thing to do. If you don't want to buy a game, rent it. If I get stuck in the game, I'm going to use a guide to move forward. I want to experience the game and don't have a huge amount of time to try and figure everything out. Though it's great when I can. Yeah, it's good. Anyone calling a Metroid Prime 4 slop doesn't know what he's talking about. True. $30 for Samus Amiibo. It's pretty sweet. I have the Amiibo. They look great. Hey y'all, I'm really enjoying how well curated the opening sections are. Nice sketches of harmony. From a design perspective, it's excellent, and the new scanning quality of life is satisfying. Good to hear. It just would be nice if there was a setting like Prime Remaster to disable hints. In the otherwise quiet desert, in other words, they locked music to a paywall. I mean, maybe the original envision was to have it as a quiet desert, but they added it and said, you know what? We don't want this to be the base experience, but we will give owners of the Amiibo something extra to it. So here's some optional music that isn't the original envision necessarily behind the desert, but we'll give them the opportunity to listen to it, you know? I smell a Sony Pony troll in here, I guess. You were glazing the pretentious no gameplay cinematic experiences that Sony makes. The NPC problem is fake. It's a tiny part of the game. Yeah. The other amiibo unlocked the 100% for you at the end. That's cool. That's good. Like, not everyone's going to be able to unlock everything, so if you could have the amiibo to help you see all the cutscenes, that's fun. Let people spend the money how they want. Absolutely. Stop crying, Sony Pony. I know. It's nearly time, dude. Get your buttocks ready. That's right. I gotta go. I heard from some people that the NPCs helping them show where to go is actually a highlight of the game. That's cool. Yeah, of course. The game's gonna be great. The game is great. There's no doubt. Don't listen to anybody saying that the game's bad or poor. It's been in development for a long time. It might not be everybody's game of the year, but it's no doubt a great game. Okay, y'all. I'm off to start Prime 4. Super pumped to get started. I'll see you later. See you later, Roger. And have a good one. I just found out that First 4 Figures made a giant light Samus statue 9 years ago. It's really expensive and rare. My favorite Prime game and Samus suit. It's a beautiful one, Fluff Bro. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Just finished Prime Remaster today, so I can see all the improvements. I fell off of it the first time and I didn't realize to press A to scroll text. Made a few things obscure. Guesswork. A reminder that Nintendo scrapped and restarted development 2 years into it, but someone said, hold on, wait. Keep the NPCs and Gary's mod blank. Desert Crystals. Yeah, this game originally started development probably March, February 2017. After a year and a half, got scrapped. Come October of 2018, Retro Studios took charge. 7 years of development. Nintendo Switch version eventually running parallel to have a Nintendo Switch 2 version, and then a simultaneous release being this quality, this high of a visual performance, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, 4K, 1080p overall package. Beautiful. I will not buy any of the amiibo, so it doesn't bother me. Amiibo unlocks are harmless. What they did for Samus Returns was way more damaging than locking it. Screenshots to make Prime Remastered much more enjoyable for me. Saves a lot of time. I'm so proud for everything. Metroid Prime 4 is finally here. Yes, Sod. Alarmy. Prime Remastered is incredible. Yeah. Daka Blue. True. Wonderful game. Different doesn't mean good. Yeah, it depends on what the different is. Could be good, could be not. Read/watch Giant Bomb and PC Mag reviews. Don't let Sony protectors in CVG and EG make you miss a game possibly as good or even better than Metroid Prime 1. Good to hear. 6 to 8 years. Hard work. Yeah, dude. Like, I wonder, for the people that aren't liking some of the newer elements in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, what if this game was called Space Adventures? And it wasn't Samus Aran, it wasn't Metroid based. It was a different character, different hero, heroine, whatever. The Metroid elements were just made of a different character, and like, boom, here's a brand new action adventure space game. Would people say, haha, that was funny, that NPC was cool, oh, I like that. And are they just dogging on it because it's not the isolated Metroid experience they want? But otherwise, if it wasn't Metroid, they would have liked it more. Because in that case, your personal opinion of what you want a franchise to be is getting in the way of the actual quality of the game. Like, if you don't want Zelda to be first person, but let's say they made a Zelda game and instead of Link and the Goblins and all that other stuff, it was like a Skyrim. It was another fantasy adventure game, and it would happen to be first person. Would you be like, wow, this is really good? But would you have thought otherwise? Like, oh, I don't like this because it's Zelda first person, not what I wanted. Do you let in your mind what you want it to be get in the way of how good it actually is? Sometimes people do that. Or sometimes it just wasn't good. 100% of Sony games contain NPCs that overexplain and handhold. I finished Prime 3 last night for the first time and got 100% ending, and wow, I can't believe people were stuck wondering about that ending since 2007, and now we're here. God of War literally has a kid that tells you everything step by step. Love the Vista so far. Nice. If you can't see that you've been manipulated by the negativity media against Nintendo, don't know how to tell you. Oh man, another one. About to load up my copy now. Nice, Mario Taz. Nintendo is a wonderful company. Miles is not at all as annoying as people made out to be. It's just people complaining. Come on. If you're going to have people, he's the one you want at the start. Nice. Miles isn't bad. It's the whole cast of the game that could have done without. Well, to each their own. By the way, we've been on this page for quite a while. We've got to go over the hardware sales because we went over the top 10 in software. We've got to go over the hardware. Best-selling console of the week last week in Japan was Nintendo Switch 2 with 97,000 units. In second place, PlayStation 5, that moved 35,000. In third, Nintendo Switch, which also moved 35,000. Xbox Series in fourth, that did 172, and PS4 in fifth, that did 13. Big week for Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be an even bigger month as we get into the holiday season. In Japan and elsewhere in the world, you're going to see a couple 100,000 weeks. It's going to be wonderful. You're glad you're new to the franchise. Awesome. It's not like the puzzles are that tricky. Playing MP4 after remastered, you can see why people are mad. I mean, if Metroid Prime 4 Beyond departs more than people would like from a Metroid game to do, but is still of a very high quality, you can appreciate it for what it is and not what it isn't. Maybe it didn't give you the experience that you wanted out of the game that you've been waiting, but is it good? Is it still fun? Or are you judging it just on the fact that it's not the Metroid you wanted, or judging it on the fact that it's just not a good game? Two different things. Yeah, it's definitely not a slop game. High quality. Alrighty. We're going to end the stream now. Thank you so much to Stake 1024 for that big $20 gifted membership. Roger Enyart, thank you so much for that awesome $2. Remember, Nintendo has the main objective to put smiles on faces. Yeah, Nintendo is the most diverse, authentic gaming company there is. They have such a wide variety of awesome franchises and characters. But I'm a big fan of all of gaming. I love all of gaming, you know. But Nintendo definitely hits a little harder, hits a little different. Tall Show, hello. I just got Prime 4 from Best Buy. Heck yeah. I wish that they would have unlocked hard mode from the beginning. That would have been cool. Egomaniac. Bye, J Biggs. Bye, Pokemon Fan. Bye, Sketches of Harmony. Bye, Egomaniac. Bye, everybody. Cast, this ain't a movie, bro. Metro games have the finest and most complex gameplay of any game. The Inley series that have the same design philosophy as Zelda. I can't stop listening to the title theme of Prime 2. Great one. Your timing is impeccable. Yeah, Tall Show. We've been streaming for a good 76 minutes. It's awesome. It's been fun. Astrobot, though, that's a good game. I'm going to go to Best Buy or GameStop right now. I'm going to pick up my copy. I was going to go like 15 minutes ago to get there when they open, but I'm going now, so it's all good. Bye, dude. Enjoy your playthrough. Thank you so much. Cannibal Games, now starting. Awesome. Nicola, thank you. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow for more talk. Yeah, because tomorrow's live stream, I'll actually have been able to say, okay, everybody, I put in 5 hours into Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and this is what I thought. I'm hyped. I know I'm going to love it. It's an amazing game. Retro Studios doesn't fail. Y'all take it easy. Thank you again for being here. Let's Mobile Stats 1. Let's go. I'm a member again. Yeah.